Family talk with Lamide. Family talk with Lamide. Making better youth. Feel with positive energy. No need to worry about the way we here to guide you through. Show you the light. Enlighten, educate, inform and elevate you. The world should be your guide. Proper moral should. You could be who you put your mind to be. No matter what. Family talk with Lamide. Family talk with Lamide. Making better you. Feel with positive energy.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to another interesting episode of your favorite TV program, Family Talk with Lamide. Family Talk with Lamide is a program where we get to discuss issues that relate to our families, how we can make our families better, how we can make our lives better. It is our hope that the words we speak and the counsels we give will help us make healthier decisions and safer choices as it relates to our lives and our families. Today we'll be discussing about the evils of drug abuse and alcohol. This is a menace in our society today. It is tearing a lot of lives apart and it is tearing a lot of homes apart. We need to sensitize ourselves and create enough awareness so that we all can know the evils and the dangers, the many dangers that are bound in this harmful, nefarious activity. And a lot of people are into it. We all need to talk to ourselves and look at how we can help ourselves so that we don't fall into this trap. Because for a lot of people, once you start, you cannot stop. Let's get into this.
Family talk with Lamide. Family talk with Lamide. Family talk with Lamide. Family talk with Lamide. Making better you.
Sir, I'm going for jam lessons.
Okay. Now make sure you concentrate on your lesson and pass in flying colors at the next attempt.
Yes, sir. Sir, I need some money.
For what?
For stuff.
What stuff?
This and that.
Now what is this and that again? What happened to the money I gave you 4 days ago?
Oh, that was 4 days ago.
Ah, no, it was 4 decades ago. Look, I provide you with everything. Food, clothes, shoes. And I still give you money for your airtime regularly. Yet I give you monthly allowance.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know that was 4 days ago. I thought it's a new month since it has already finished.
Finished? What did you do with 20,000 in 4 days?
I used it on stuff.
What stuff?
This and that.
Well, I don't have money to give to you. You must learn to manage your money instead of lavishing on stuff and this and that. Better go to your lessons, so, and don't be late.
We'll be like saying our local police.
Guys, calm down. It's not the police, it's me.
Why you can't just sneak enter like say you go pull?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start to you guys.
Joe boy, Smally, now you be that.
Yes, it's me. Please, JJ, I want to see you. I need some pills, bro.
Pills day now. Where your money?
I don't have money now, but I promise you, first week of next month, I'll come and pay you once my daddy gives me allowance.
No money, no pills.
Okay, what if I give you my phone as collateral?
That one I die. Oh wait. Okay. You'll go there with those guys when they for that place.
Them?
Yes, so you smoke with them, make your body for calm down well, eh? Okay. When you get money, you'll come back.
Alright.
Hello?
Hello, sir. I am Joseph's teacher.
Oh, Mr. Chooks, how are you?
A very good evening to you, sir. I have been wondering, I don't know what's happening to Joseph. I haven't been seeing him in the lesson. I hope all is well, sir.
What do you mean Joseph has not been coming to school for days now?
I haven't seen him for days now, and it's very unlike Joseph. It's been about 5 days since I last saw him. I don't know what's happening. I was wondering. So I thought I should put a call through to you to find out what's happening.
That's not possible, though. Joseph has never missed lesson any day. In fact, he just left the house some time ago and He said he was going to the lesson.
Oh, well, that's the reality, sir. I haven't seen Joseph in days. You may need to find out from him when he comes back which lesson he has been attending. Because apparently he has not been coming to my lesson. Thank you.
What is going on?
The number you're calling is currently switched off or out of coverage. Please try
And his
again
phone is
later.
switched off. Anyway, he will come back to this house to tell me and explain to me what's been going on.
Hey, nobody move. Nobody move. Drop that gun. If you move, you don't like yourself. Drop that gun. Officer. Hold up. What thing you do now? Yeah. Move. Move. Get up. Get up. Move.
Your boy was there to buy drugs and alcohol. We met him stoned under the influence of drugs and alcohol, sir.
Joseph, so this is what you have been using your money for? And missing your classes? Do you want to destroy your life, this boy?
I'm sorry, sir.
Officers, please, how can you help me? Apparently, this is just a first-time offender.
Sir, well, that's for the NDLEA to decide.
NDLEA?
Yes, sir. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. You see, the guys your son was caught with were responsible for selling hard drugs that have ruined and ended up killing some people.
Hey! Hey! This is serious.
Sir, as it stands now, your boy is in a big mess.
Family talk with Lamide. Making better youth. Feel with positive energy. No need to work.
Put your hands together for yourselves. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, the first topic we'll be discussing about is the evils of drug abuse. That's an important topic. It is a sensitive topic, and it is a topic that we cannot shy away from. Drug abuse is the excessive consumption or the excessive use of drugs that are not medicated or drugs that are not prescribed. And unfortunately, in the world that we are in today, in the society that we live in today, a lot of people are indulging in these harmful habits. And sadly, a lot of teenagers are already getting themselves involved too, and they are digging a hole for themselves. Drug abuse is the excessive and addictive use of drugs for non-medical purposes. Our focus in today's discussion is on illegal drugs. A lot of teenage people, a lot of young people using drugs that are harmful, using drugs that are not healthy for them. And at the long run, it will damage them and get them into what they don't plan for themselves. In the society that we live in today, there are three major reasons. There are multiple reasons, but there are three major reasons why people use drugs. The first is to feel good. Some people just want to feel good. That's why someone can go to a beer parlor and start drinking, guzzling down bottles of beer, or taking all kinds of drugs just to feel good. Maybe they're not happy with themselves. Second reason why people take drugs is to ease problems or to ease pressures. Some people do that. The pressures are too much. They just want something that will slow down their nervous system. And the third reason why people use drugs is to avoid reality. And that is rampant. They are not having it good. They are going through problems. They think that having a drug or guzzling some bottles of beer will help them avoid reality. But the truth is that whatever you take, whatever drug you take, whatever alcohol you take, whatever you ingest, either by swallowing or by injection or whatever, by the time the effect wears out, your reality is standing right there in front of you. I have a problem, for example, and I think that the best way I can escape it is maybe I should go and drink alcohol or I should go and start doing some drugs. By the time the effect of that alcohol or the drugs wear out, has my problem been solved? The problem is still there. So I will go back again to go and have that feel-good effect, to escape, to try, not to escape, to try and escape the problem. It will last for a while. It wears off again. The reality is still there. So the best thing you should do is that you should not get engaged in all these things at all to help yourself, to help your future. And drugs will do a lot of damage to you, to young people, to elderly people. Drugs does more harm than good. It does a lot of damage. It doesn't help with your judgment. If you can't think properly, your judgment, your reasoning ability has been tampered with. What is the joy in that? The third thing is that it affects your memory. Some people just go blank. That's one of the effects of drugs. What happened yesterday, they can't remember. What happened 5 minutes ago, they can't remember. Because they are living in the moment. So what kind of life is that? Another thing is that there will be a loss of coordination. When you see people who take drugs, who take alcohol, they are not properly coordinated. Whether in the way they speak, you will see that they have slurred speech. I'm speaking now, you can hear me. I spoke to some of you when we started this program, I could hear you. But someone who is on drugs will not have a straightforward, audible speech. By the time the effect of the drugs is telling on the person won't be able to talk clearly. Slurred speech. The person won't be able to talk properly. You won't be able to hear what the person is saying. Another reason why you should not take drugs is that it causes depression. Then the final thing I will talk about why you should not take drugs is that it affects your mental health. That's one thing a lot of people need to know. There's no joy, it's not a sign of a big boy or a big girl to say you're involved in drugs. It affects the mental health because it tampers with the brain, the balance of the hormones in the brain and all sorts. So you should not in any way be involved in it.
Evils of drug abuse. A lot of teenagers are involved in this because of peer pressure. Please tell us again how we can say no.
To say no is just to say no. And be affirmative with your no. Because if you are saying no and you are not really like committed to your no, or you are saying no and you are not putting your foot down on it, if the person pressures you a bit more, you will definitely still fall into the trap.
In our society today, drug abuse have affected many people, like mentally disorder, madness. Why some students don't focus on their education? Say no to drug abuse. Drug abuse is not good. Do not engage in it.
Drug abuse, it can lead to death, it can lead to loss of memory. It can also lead to damage of the system, of our organs. Say no to drug abuse because it's not good.
Drug abuse can also be as a result of bad friends and bad influences, as a result of lack of parental guidance, as a result of lack of home training. And sometimes people take drugs to take themselves to sleep.
For them to be taking drugs is not even ideal and is not even good, because taking drugs will spoil your life and it will not even help you to achieve what you want to achieve. But my own advice for them that they should not emulate a bad friend. They should be focused.
There are a lot of people on the streets right now. Due to drug, they are out of school. They are dropouts from school. And I believe you don't want to become a dropout. You want to become successful. You want to become a great person in life. So if you want to, you need not to involve in drugs.
Family talk with Lamide. Family talk with Lamide. Making better youth. Feel with positive energy. No need to worry about the way.
Hello again, my name is Ibukunluwa Teshle, the Executive Director, Hope for Second Chance Foundation, and it is the expert's advice. Today we're going to be looking at the evil of drug abuse. Okay, so what is abuse? Abuse is misuse of anything, and with drugs we then begin to talk about any substance that is not prescribed that you take, and you take in excess so that you can have what we call the feel-good feeling, becomes abuse. So irrespective of what it is that you are taking, whether it is hallucinogens or opioids or cocaine or marijuana, whatever substance that is not medicated, not prescribed for you, that you take so that you can have the feel-good feeling, is abuse. Now, that feel-good feeling that you want to have is not sustainable, and when you abuse drugs or you take take too much of drugs, there are negative effects that it can have on you. We can begin to look at the health concerns that come with drug abuse. Now, we can also look at economic concerns, we can look at social concerns, we can also even look at the legal side of it. Now, quickly, let me start with the health. When you take drugs and you become addicted to the drugs, you begin to affect yourself. So what the drugs do, every drug that you take release what we call dopamine into your system. That's what we call the feel-good system. So it shuts down reality. You begin to take, you then begin to survive on the drugs that you take. Now, it prevents you from living a normal life. One of the things that can happen is when your reality of life is tampered with, you can get into injury. You can imagine driving under the influence of whatever drugs that you take. That changes your perception of what is right and what is wrong. So you have that risk. You have the risk of developing mental illness or mental concerns. You see a few persons that are on the road that stark mad, and you wonder what happened to them. In Africa, sometimes we like to say that, oh, somebody must have done something to them from their village, but sometimes it's just plainly from substance abuse. So when you take drugs, become addicted to drugs, the truth is you can lose your sanity and actually become a patient at the psychiatric ward. I'm sure there's none of you that wants to do that. It is criminal in Nigeria for you to consume drugs, or for you to abuse drugs, or for you to get addicted to drugs. And if you get caught, you go to jail. Now you can imagine with your bright future at 13, 14, 15, 16, and then you have to spend a couple of years in jail. Why? Because you were just looking for momentary feel good. Now, if you're having any challenge, what you need to do is to find solution to it. Never stick to drugs or turn to drugs as the solution, because what it does for you, it hides the reality for you. It does not solve anything for you. What it just does is it hides it, and with time that problem doesn't disappear, the problem will appear, and then you would even have caused more problems for yourself. So there is no place, nowhere that drug or getting addicted to drug can do you any. It is not. You don't feel cool by taking drugs. What you do when you take drugs is to damage your life, to damage your future. And I know you're smarter than that.
Family talk with Lamide.